Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be an editing video because you guys requested a tutorial on how I do my edits. So that's the video that I decided I'd make for you guys today. And so obviously I'm starting off in-game and I have the horse that I want and the outfit that I want. So the first thing that I do is I find a nice clear place and I always go on make wild horse mode. So I'm just finding somewhere where the light is on my horse. And once I've found that spot, I'm going to position my horse. And I have the reference photo here. And I take the pic as close as possible to what I think the image is. So this is about the closest that I might get. I'm gonna go ahead and put zoom, put the field of view all the way in so we can get that good quality. And then just position the camera where you want to go. Next thing I want to do is take a good reference photo for the head because the head is very important. So I'm just gonna do one of the head and neck. Again, making sure that the photo is really good quality. So then I'm going to go back and we're just going to take a photo of the rider jumping. And this is the closest I can get to that position. And then you're done taking your photos and I'm going to log off now. Also, sorry if I make literally no sense because I just came back from a 6-day school trip where I literally got less than 3 hours of sleep each night. It was not fun. And then here I have saved some line art that I made, which I based off the image. So this is the line art that I'm going to be working with. So the next thing that I go ahead and do is select the part of the horse that's going to be in the photo and go ahead and paste that. And I want to make sure that's in the layer underneath the line art, and I just do that by dragging the layers around. Then I make sure I have the right layer selected and I'll press Command or Control T, which gives us the ability to move it and reshape it. And I just make it as correctly sized as possible. And we're gonna do some repositioning so the background doesn't matter. And I forgot to mention that to select, I press the side where you can have the lasso or the square tool, and I just press that and you can choose polygon, ellipse, or rectangle. Right now I'm just on the regular rectangle setting. Okay, so now that we're done with all of that, I'm going to press the little circle to hide a bunch of these layers, so I'm just left with layer 4, and I'm going to make sure that I'm on layer 4 and change the rectangle setting up here to polygon. I'm also going to hide the line art part. And what I'm going to do is just go around the outline of the horse and delete the background. And I do this by just clicking down on a point, which will then bring the polygon thing around. You know how this stuff works. I'm just clicking on points where I want to change direction or create a bit of a bend or something like that. And I make sure you're kind of selecting the outside area, not the horse inside. That's just how I do it. I find it easier like that. Also, I forgot to mention, change the setting to round corners when you're doing this. It is a little bit harder, but it like on curvy parts on your horse, it really makes it look a lot better. Okay, so here I'm going to cut straight across the head and neck because I already have it selected on another layer. Okay, so now I'm going to click on the same thing that I pressed earlier to show the line art layer, and I'm going to press Command T to get the best kind of positioning I can. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to still have my polygon tool, and I'm just going to break up, oh geez. Anyway, so as you can see here, there's kind of a split. So I'm just going ahead and editing that out, and I select it again, press Command X, which cuts it from that layer, then Command V to paste it, and it'll be pasted on another layer. And I'm going to go ahead and hide that, and then make sure I'm back on the original layer. And now I go back to layer 4. You can name your layers too if you double click and be like body or whatever. And I'm going to press Command T, and I'm going to try and adjust it as much as possible to make it fit, but sometimes it just doesn't. So here's my little trick. If you hold down Command or at least press it once, you can move the corners to kind of like warp the image almost. And you can make it and then you can adjust it to see and try and make it fit. And so yeah, this is really, really useful. So once I'm done with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it even if it's over the lines. It does not matter to me. Then I'm going to go and click show to the next layer. I like doing the rear next. And I'm gonna go ahead and just do the same thing. Now with the pen tool, I'm going to fill in the gaps a little bit, but I'm not going to blend it or anything. I'll do that later. And there we go. That's the first part of repositioning done. And now we have to do and repeat the same process for the head and neck. Oh, well, the first thing that I do is compress all of the layers together. And I go ahead and outline it to erase with the eraser so that I'm erasing like. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is go back onto the pen tool and lessen the blur control a little bit, but I'm going to start. I press protect alpha, which means that I can't go over anything that's on the layer. Just lightly smudging the things together, because it's obviously the horse is a dappled horse. I'm trying my best to avoid the dapples so that they can be seen. And there's the horse almost done. So what I do with the eye is I just go ahead and I select the black that's in the iris, and I just cover up all of that eye. Like I don't. And I take the blur tool and I just blend that blackness in. So I'm back, and as you can see here, I have the old confirmation photo of Dan that I uploaded to my Instagram. And I'm gonna use this photo to help me with this one. So as you can see, I'm gonna uncheck protect alpha, but there are some spots that I need to cover up. And so I'm just gonna do that by going on the pen tool and just going ahead and basically just drawing over them. What I'm gonna do is press a new layer and press clipping. And I'm gonna choose the lightest shade that I see on the horse. But because this horse is gray, I'm just gonna go ahead and use white. If you go on Instagram and put in the user Amira Harrington, I think. She has a tutorial for how to do shadows and lights in a horse. So I've actually followed this tutorial, and I just do my best to kind of alter it so that it looks like it fits. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the head. And we have successfully completed the horse. So what I'm gonna do is copy the first thing, which is the bridle, onto the horse, and I'm just gonna flip that and adjust it a little bit. And it's just the same as repositioning. So from now on, you basically just follow the same process of repositioning for both the horse and the rider. So I sped this part up because it's literally the exact same thing. You just follow the line art and you delete everything. So yeah. You can see what I do here, but it's literally the same thing. The only thing I did differently was I just decided to do the pants by using the pen, and it's the same technique as filling in the different parts of the horse. So if you know how to do that, you're all set. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and you can see the finished product at the end or on my Instagram.